Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you well. Habari yako. So in today's vlog, I have my friend here. She's called Lillian, and today we're talking about a topic that so many people of us have suffered from, but we have suffered silently. It's about body shaming, and my friend here has gone through it, and so we want to talk about it. I read her post on Facebook where she talked of it, and I was like, hey, why don't we have this kind of a conversation and create awareness around it? And she was so much willing to talk about it, and so here we are.
Hi guys, my name is Lillian Washera Wanjiko. I currently do sales and marketing, online marketing, that is beauty products for Simple. And apart from that, I do cooking. So in case you need any orders, that's what I do.
When you're talking about body shaming, you had gone for a job interview. Let me tell you something. Okay, personally, I've not suffered from body shaming. What I've suffered from is colorism. Yeah, because my skin is black. You go to those sales and marketing jobs, and you're tanned because you're black. Now, for her, she has suffered from body shaming. Because you wrote that you went for an interview, and the first thing they were like, again, wait. So what was it? How was it?
Going for the interview, like I was told to go to, I went meet the lady, and it was a shock because the first appearance was like umekula kula. You know, when someone tells you that, you just know you are bigger.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, I didn't expect that. I've never had that from someone, like someone who doesn't know me. And I was like, that was the first expression. So I was like, wow. But the best thing is that I knew I am that, you know. And I was like, at first I just looked at her and smiled back. And then I think she expected my reaction, my facial expression to be sad or worried. But I just smiled back. And then she was like, when you go and come back with less weight, we can now talk. Then I was like, less weight is how much? And then she was like, 68 kgs. So I was like, I am far from that. I was far, like I'm not even near, not even 10, above 10, and then someone tells you 10 plus. So I was like, this is a shock. But I looked at her again and smiled back. And then she was like, don't worry, you'll get a chance if you come back and you've come to 68 kgs with a duration of less than 2 months, because the job is supposed to be taken within the 2 months. So I just looked at her, smiled back, and then told her thank you. Then when I was walking along the road, I was thinking, what if someone who was told this story was not stable-minded? How will they react? I was on Ngong Road, a very busy road. And I was thinking and I thought, and I was like, no, these things, people should not be told like that. There's a better way to express it to people. So it really got me. But because of who I am, of who I know, I know who I am, and plus my esteem, I was like, I was at a bed, I was very stable. And when the first place I went, it's to my friend's place, her workstation. And when I went there, the first question I asked her is, nimenona? And then she was like, ai, janona sana vibaya. And I was like, so I'm okay. So the lady is the one with the problem. And then I realized, it hit me back that lady who told me about me kukula kula, even her, she has kukula kula, she's double me. So I'm like, I'm better off. And then, you know, apart from that, there's something she mentioned, you know, with my bust, you know, ati unajua sisi watu wa hapa juu. You know, I was like, we tena. And then I was like, no, this, you know, sisi watu wa hapa juu, there are those who are fighting to get to where we are. As they are natural. People are adding these things. So it's like, sisi watu hapa juu, unajua sasa ukiwa mkubwa alafu you add. So I'm like, if I become tinier and I am blessed up here, how will I look like? So I'm like, actually it's balancing. The equation is balancing, like hapa juu kuko sawa na the round figure. So I was like, it's okay. Maybe she's the one with the problem, or making me to be part of it, but I didn't allow that.
Okay, what type of a job interview was this?
Actually, it was to go to abroad.
Wow. So it was a job that was outside the country.
Yes.
Okay, because I understand most of the jobs, any job they create like criteria on on what exactly they are looking for. But does body weight has to be one of them? Like literally. So you missed the job because of your body weight?
Yes.
But okay, did they give you the interview or did they just ask about the body?
The interview, the body and everything was done. Like that was the conclusion.
So like they didn't even sit you for a job interview?
No.
Okay, that is a little bit interesting. So your body, so your body was the interview.
My body was the interview, and when it didn't pass, I was told go and come back when you're 68 kgs.
I think that one hurts more than the visa rejection. Yeah, I'm thinking, okay, not this time you're walking around Gong Road. Truly, it's a very, very busy. It's a very, very busy outlet, and I'm so grateful that you're self-aware, like you know who you are, and you're comfortable with who you are. What got you to that point of being comfortable with who you are?
One thing I did is realizing who I am. When I was growing up, you know, you will see the difference of body changes, and at times you would look at people and wonder, why do you have small bust? Well, me, I look. And I remember when I was in class 8, first of all, we went for a trip to Mombasa, and there's a man who literally claimed and told me, Aki, you're blessed. And I didn't know why he was telling me I was blessed. So people used to call me blessed one. Yeah. So I didn't understand blessed one nini. So I moved on, and I'm like, what is blessed one? Then one boy from our class told me, Lillian, me, I just love your bust. And I was like, yeah. So there's that difference that you've noticed, and you're this young. So as I was growing up, I realized there's that difference, and I will see it. But what I was like, the only thing to do about it is accept who I am. And at times I will think in the whole world I'm the only one. As an adult, I came to realize I am not the only one. People are so many out here, and they have self-esteem issues because of their bust and all that. People have gone for surgeries, and I saw a lady who did that, and actually she really passed through a lot more than I did, and I was like, it is crazy. And then plus, you know, as people with big bust, when like looking for bras, it is not easy. Like even if you go to town, the way you see small people fitting, I can't do that. Me, I don't do that. You know, you look for those places hidden. You go there, then you're like, hey, let me see. But you're like, let me just take this one. You go home, you find it's not even fitting you the way you expected. You wore it on top of another. So there's a difference. So, you know, the only thing is accepting who you are. And what I did is, the big step I took is accepting who you are. Yes, I'm Lillian. I'm like this. And the only thing I can deal about it is accepting who I am. Yes, even if you tell me, I get even funny looks on the road. Hey, people look at your bus like, even there's someone who even asked me, Niza Komanza neighbor. I said, Nize water. You know, because you expect me to tell you, you know, I went for surgery. No, even I found people who even ask me, can I touch them? I feel, I'm like, wait, they're natural, they're mine. I'm blessed. And that's when I realized. And then I got people who have tiny ones working towards getting big size. Then I'm like, why should I be worried? I'm better off. When people are looking for something they don't have, I have them. So I'm not looking for the small ones. I'm okay. I'm like, you're fighting towards. I even got friends who tell me, if I had the bust like that you have, hey, I will be bragging. I'm like, me, don't brag. They're natural. Like, I thank God for that.
Have you ever at any point felt like you're uncomfortable with your body type?
Yes, I will say it happens. It comes to a point to feel that, and you really wait for the time that you will do everything. You know, like my body type, and you see people around you, you know, like you will go somewhere and people will compare you, like, why are you not looking like your sister or so and so your friend? And at times there's a time it really got to me. And funny enough, you know, it may seem unproportional, yeah, when you're tinier on your down part, and then you're big, you know, and comfortability comes in when you're fitting clothes with your friends, your age mate. When I was still growing up, and comfortability comes in when you're dressing up around your age mates, you know, it's not easy because you have to hide. You're like, I'm not like them. They're not that big like I am. So you will feel like I don't want them to see my body. So
in some top of way, you have felt different than other women around you.
Yes.
You know, coming from that type of a mental stability, what exactly happened? Apart from getting compliment from other people and understanding who you are, what got you to that position?
Standing in front of a mirror. I was an enemy to the mirror. That's the truth. I never looked myself to the mirror. For the longest time, ever since I was a kid, until one day I stood in front of the mirror looked at my face, told myself, hey, Lillian, you're beautiful. That is one thing. And then look at myself and appreciate what I have, who I am. Because I realized if I am waiting for someone else to appreciate me, and I myself have not appreciated myself, it will be nothing. It will be zero work. So what I do, the first step is the mirror. Make mirror your friend. I never looked, even like I never used to look at the mirror, see if my hair is combed, if I've applied anything. I'll just move like I'm okay.
Okay, I remember on that part, Lillian, when we were in high school, okay, we schooled together. This Chile would wake up and boom. Like that self-consciousness, the imagery one, you didn't have it. The physical image of it, it was not there. And okay, for me, I remember because okay, by that time I was in high school, I was suffering with self-esteem, and I would really look up to her and how she's doing things, and I'm you got to sour, you got to sour. Because I remember, if you remember in high school, okay, I don't know whether you remember this part, but my socks, me never wore like good socks. You not being a friend to the mirror. Personally, I can witness to that because I've seen you being that person. Okay, I don't know. You are kind of confident in a rough way or in a rude way. You are confident and just go and and just be you. For me, that was top notch. Okay, for me, it inspired me on that part. Okay, sorry, continue.
Yeah, so I was an enemy to the mirror, and it took me a while. By the way, it took me a while. I went to college, mirror enemy. So I did that when actually I'm out of college. When I'm working, that's when I was like, I've never looked at. I lived in a house whereby the wardrobe had a mirror. So I will not dress from that wardrobe. I will dress from the other wardrobe. Then one day my roommate came in and was like, Lillian, why don't you use a mirror? I was like, hi? For what? I'm okay. Niko sawa, like, look at me. What do I need to do? I don't do makeup. Because I was like, I don't do makeup. I have short hair. So what do I need to look at? If coming, I don't comb my hair. So that's my style. That's my swag. And then she was like, aye. No. I was like, leave me alone. Leave me in peace. I go to whatever I'm going. I do whatever I'm doing. Come back. Then one day I realized, I should make a step. You know, as you're growing, and then you get to interact with people. You meet so many people. You interact with people, and then there's that part you meet people who want relationships, and you're like, this person, what is this person looking for in me that I have that they don't want to look out there? And I would look at it, and I'm like, no, it's not adding up. And I remember one day when I was still working, around 2014, I was still young, in my 20s. I would work, and when I'm working, I had this guy, we were together, and I would look at ladies on the street. This guy actually was handsome. He was handsome. But I'm like, why are you not going with those beautiful ladies? Kwani mini kona? What are you looking for in me? That day I went home and stood in front of the mirror, looked at myself, and looked and had a vision of that lady that I saw. And I was like, what was so big with that lady that I thought she was better to end up with that guy? And I looked at myself and I was like, Lillian, you are beautiful. Do you know that? I was like, yes. Actually, I was literally talking to myself. That is where you accept yourself, like telling yourself what you feel about yourself. And I would look at myself and I will turn around and I will say, I don't have this, but I have this. You know, I'm beautiful. And at that time, I had flat tummy. Genders can attest. I had flat tummy, you know. So I would look at those things that people look at, but I'm like, one, physically I'm beautiful. So any other things that is adding up, I don't understand. Like if it is the past, I didn't create myself. It came to a point I was like, God created me. It's not me who created myself. If everyone had a choice, I think we will all look the same. We will have a one body that we are going after, and that's what we would have for both female and male. So I was like, God created me. I didn't tell God, put these things here, put whatever you were putting here. No, I just found myself the way I am. So the only thing was to appreciate myself. And then I was like, at times I used to think, am I missed out somewhere in life when I was growing up? That's why I ended up like this. Then I was like, no, God created me and my body formed at that moment. So there's nothing big about it. That's when I came and realized, if you relate yourself to who created you, I think you will be very comfortable and put everything else behind you. Like, you wouldn't care. Because me, I was like, if I created myself, I will be blaming myself. But I can't again start telling God, why didn't you put this here? Why did you put so big things and then you left this other part? I was like, no, God, you created me and I love me. And Lillian, I love Lillian. I was like, I love me, I love Lillian. So anyone who comes around me and doesn't love Lillian, then they're nowhere to be seen.
So like you have to do some affirmation to yourself to remind yourself who you are.
Yes.
And that literally worked for you.
Kabisa.
Wow, that is super, super, super incredible. And also I think, okay, the part that you attach now your image to God's image. How would you inspire someone to attach their image to God's image?
One thing, anytime you read the Bible, we are all created in the image of God, yeah? Mm-hmm. Like, I see people who want to add things, reduce things, whatever it takes, yeah? Mm-hmm. There are consequences behind that. There are effects that you will experience at the end of the day. Yeah. It will not happen at that point. It will happen a few years later. Let me tell you, people will think it's a joke. There's a time I thought about reducing my bust, yeah? And it's because you find you want your body to be proportional, but who am I doing it for? For whose glory? Mm-hmm. Is it my glory? Other people's glory? Mm-hmm. God's glory? Who created it? Mm-hmm. It's God's temple. It's your temple, yeah. Mm-hmm. God created for His purpose. Mm-hmm. So if He created you the way you are, you like me. I said I want to be an inspiration to anyone who will have experience, who will be like me and experience the same thing. So you find, maybe I'm big, yeah. There's someone who is slender. They eat and they eat and eat. They don't grow big. True, she doesn't grow big. She just eats. She's good at that. So you see, and maybe she's like, what am I not eating? Like, you'll find that, like, for real, if you look at my proportion of eating, my portion is a small one.
When we're in wardrobe and you're like, but then if I'm like, you kakonda since when? And she was like, no, just maintaining my body. For me, since I got to know this, Jinan has never reduced in body size. Never.
Yes.
At a height, but only
Ataka height. Kakotu pale.
When you meet a person and you have this imaginary of how they should look like, before communicating that, I think first of all hear them out. Because I think that lady, yes, you have that job criteria, and yes, it is there. But are you supposed to, what do you call it, like, to generalize and actually come out loud about it? That is putting somebody down. In as much as this person is looking for employment, I think there's a better way of communicating that.
Yeah, even saying kukula kula.
For you, if you're that lady, what type of word do you want to test somebody whom like you're like, okay, this is not the criteria that you're looking for? How would you communicate that? The
first thing I will do, because I have the figure that I want to work towards, yeah? Mm-hmm. And I want that number of weight that I want from that person. I will just tell them kukula kula. I will tell them the current job you're looking for, they're looking for a type of people. If you have the skills, it's a benefit. But I would like to help you out if you are still interested, yeah? Even if you won't end up with this job, I will just take you through the interview, have the training, but for the next level. For your purpose, for your own sake, because there was training and all that. I was like, I couldn't even attend the training, even the training at least. Leave even the job or whatever. That training will be of benefit. Yes. Because at the end of it all, if I get that training, yeah, it will boost my CV to some other level, So I will just tell them, I will take you through the training, but you won't be able to fall in this category. But with that training, I will have more opportunities in life that I will hold. I will at least contact you, With that, even that person will be like, wow, okay, she's appreciated me and even given me a chance to go to another extent, like I have a skill later, that I will use it, even if it's not there at that particular point. later in life, even if she will not connect me, someone else would love someone who has done that training. I will be part of that category. So I was like, I wish she would have told me, okay, go through the training, it's okay, because I was like, it's a job that anyone could do. A caregiver's job. Do I need to be skinny?
And let's go back a little bit. Okay, at this moment now you know who you are, and you're well aware of how you look, and you appreciate and you do appreciate that. But at a moment, did you wish that you were small?
At the moment,
Yeah.
no.
That is awesome.
I was like, no, I am okay. She's the one with the problem. Because, let me tell you, if you know someone who was more tinier telling me that, I'll be like, it's okay. But I'm looking at you, you're double my size. Now, what are you looking for? People may think, why did I ask my friend? A friend of mine, we talk too much and we socialize too much, and we've known each other for a while. And then, and when I was asking that friend of mine, I was not asking for justification. I was just asking so that I tell her the story, so that she can see where I'm driving at. Then we laughed about it, and that day is when I thought, let me just put it down.
Okay, I do appreciate the fact that you know yourself, like even the process for you to appreciating yourself, like doing those affirmations. Would you care to tell us those affirmations, like how, like maybe the 2 of them or the 3 of them, like the affirmation that you told yourself? You told yourself you're beautiful.
I am beautiful.
And you love Lillian.
I love myself. I love Lillian. Even if you have your picture of Lillian, this is Lillian.
There's the Lillian who exists there, and she appreciates that.
Yes, that other Lillian you have in your head, that is yours.
Probably there's somebody who is watching and probably not turned away because of the body weight, but probably because maybe they're feeling low, they do not appreciate themselves. How would you encourage them?
One thing I will tell you, don't expect people to appreciate you if you've not appreciated yourself. Self-love is important, very, very important. One thing, love yourself more than anything. If you don't love yourself, if I don't love Lillian, Loise will not love Lillian as I love myself. Even if she loved me, I will not feel love. Yes, I won't feel. Even if Loise came to me and told me, Lillian, I love you, I will be like, you need love gani. Like I will question that love. You can't give what you don't have. Yeah. If you don't have love, you will not give out love. But if you have love, even if today you came and told me, Lillian, I hate you, I'll be like, wow, and I love myself more. I even love myself more than you think. So you are the one with the problem. So first thing, self-love, very important. In your head, self-love. Appreciate yourself. If you cannot even appreciate yourself, even the minimal that you do, the least that you think it's the least, who will give you the best? No one. So even the Bible say, love your neighbors, you love yourself. So you can't love your neighbor and not love yourself.
You first of all have to love yourself.
I have to love Lillian, then give out my love.
Exactly.
To someone else, to Loise, to my friends, to my family. If I don't love Lillian, I will not even love my family. Why should I even love my family when I don't love myself? Yeah. I'll be like, I have issues with myself. So will I be able to handle any other person's issues? No, I have mine. I'll be like, I have my plate is so full. Yours, if you bring yours, I'll be like, ai, mwage hiyo yako, mi yangu imejaa. Yeah, ngangana na yako ama mwage na huko. Mi yangu it's full, it's piling, it's overflowing. But if I say I love myself and I'm like, I love myself, I appreciate myself, I treat myself. Mimi kwanza when you call food, me, no one can tell me no to food. Because I know, yes, there's nothing I can do. The only thing I can do is eat healthy and do what I can and see where I can change. But you can't tell me, "Ati Lile unakula sana." I will eat. No, I will eat because I know my body is not for food. It is just natural. It's only that I just think today I decide I am not doing anything. I just eat. Do you think I will be even standing up? I will not. Trust you me. But because I know who I am, I appreciate myself. I do things according to the way I feel. Not the way Loise feels. The way my employer feels. It's the way I feel. How do you feel, Lillian? Do you feel like you should be eating meat? Eat. Do you feel like you want vegetables only? Take those vegetables. Do you feel like that's what you should be doing? Is it good to your body? Yes. Am I spoiling my body as Lillian? No, I'm not. I am okay. Am I spoiling it? Yes. Stop. But if I say I'm following what people say, at least you eat this, who are you pleasing? I don't need to please Lillian. I know Lillian. So if I'm doing it to please you, then you're not in my category of life.
So for your own sake of mental health, like, understand who you are and treat yourself according to what is right for you, not what other people are subscribing you to. What you feel it's right for you, do that for you.
Yes.
So thank you very much, Lillian.
You're welcome.
Let me tell you, this so thank you very much for actually having me to have this kind of a conversation with you and actually inspiring journalist families on YouTube. May God bless you and have a good one.
Thank you. You
Bye.
too. Bye.
Bye.